Okay. This should be on, working. Hello guys. So, I've been looking around, and I found this. This is the original temple from, the original Revolution. So, there was this event where someone made this temple, and this used to hold original. Seems people, original, this place has gotten much older. See, things have been destroyed, things are getting old. And then you see these. These are what we made back then. This was the ransom we had before the destruction of my island. So long ago. Because when we had kidnapped Reginald, and then Reginald's powerful one that was on his side had sent down rains of TNT and has destroyed my whole island. Why don't we go visit that area? I forgot exactly if this was the right exact island or not, because the island was kind of blown up, so I kind of don't actually can't actually see it. But sorry. Okay, make sure my volume's up, because it seems like it's very hard to hear my stuff. And on some devices. It's over here. I think it might have been this island, but I'm not sure. I just see this stuff sticking out and craters, but that's just almost every island has little divots. I don't really know where the explosion fully was. Since the only thing that could have been there would have been the fences that got all blown up. As you can see, there's pretty big, so. But we've been looking around. Also, bad news. As you can see, we're so close. And then 2 hours later, our rocket collapsed. So it's gonna take some time to fix it, so will be a while before we can explore. So yeah, I don't know the wait a minute. Yeah, I've been trying to get some people have been building in our outpost yet. But now they moved dang whole town spawn on us. Right. Is that a reminder? as you can see. It brings me here. And if you look, this has completely changed. This used to be my rules, my town rules, plus a little bit of town history. Now it's just rules, and it doesn't have any of the history. It's gone. This was my book. It was like a constitution, because since it was based on my rules, since I wasn't supposed to actually lose power, I just was in a mental state by that point. And now everything's changed. Ranger Co. and all its trading facilities have to be temporarily shut down because we can't get any trade now because no one can get there. Hopefully that didn't cause any problems. Well, I'm dying. Have I won this yet? I have. Don't worry.
Man, the VCs aren't very active today, on it.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
Lore stream.
What?
I'm doing a lore stream.
Oh,
And then, you know, enforcers now destroying my town.
like in lore, or just doing enforcer things.
Well, I guess so, because, you know, he's burning down places.
He's not, bro. He's not. That's griefing. He's not allowed to do that.
So, you know.
That's unfortunate, honestly. Sick Icy on him. Call Icy.
No, I kind of can't now,
Why?
because it's an enforcer.
You can get
He enforces everything.
Icy. You'll deal with him. Ranger knows what I'm talking about.
I am Ranger.
Oh wait, you're in the chat twice. Oh, okay, no, but yeah, just
Yeah, because I'm streaming. I have one for my phone and one for my desktop, so it picks up the audio.
yeah, DM Icy. Be like, yo, enforcers are burning down my village. She'll come.
Well, I don't know what's actually being burned down. All I know is he went, oop, I broke something. And like the last notification was my town.
Well, you go
And
check
he
it out.
just went, oh, your town's on fire. Good luck.
Call the admins.
I can't. They're literally all online. No one cares. Because that's just what he does. I don't even know what part of town anymore. Because H put the town spawn in this area. So now my old trade routes and everything is shut down because no one knows how to get to my main town. Because he changed the dang town spawn, changed the constitution book that basically had the rules and part of the town's history. Without asking me what the book was fully for, he changed it without asking. Has already deleted 20 different outposts without asking. Which most of them I own because I'm the one that claims everything. And now I'm missing District 8, which I spent weeks looking for.
That's enough.
I am so upset because I really need that.
I just DM'd enforcer asking if he was burning down your town.
What? Set. Name. Okay. Okay. I'm dying.
Oh, I was gonna say that sounded not good.
Okay. Where the heck is District 8 again? Because people live there, and if we can't get it back, no one can live there. Marriage ceremony. Yeah, he puts Ranger and apartment. District 8 missing. This is District 10. Ugh. What was District 11 again? I remember this. want District 8 back because I have a book from District 8 and everything. I need District 8 back. This is important.
There you go. I just DM'd Icy that Enforcer griefed a bunch of your bases.
Areas. Why? I don't know what place. Oh, I know that he just says this stuff because that's the enforcer for you. Wait, is people in building back here? Okay. Think people have been building over here. Oh no, this is extra hydros.
Wait. So did he place torches down, or did he like burn down some buildings or something?
I don't know. Because I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I was like Icy. I'm like, yeah, I guess
The last
supposedly.
thing I know is that he was just sitting down lightning.
I said supposedly Enforcer went and torched a bunch of Rangers bases. That's what I told Icy, and she said, "All right, I'll be there in a minute."
Oh,
This is
I
expensive.
remember
I
this
need
place.
Hey, him,
What?
I got a report that you were possibly saying that Enforcer had come around and torched a bunch of your places?
Well, I don't really know. The only originally I just saw him with lightning before, and then I don't know if Enforcer was just joking or not. I didn't really say anything because I thought he was just thinking he's just joking because, you know, when he lights everything with lightning and then he just says he's burned places because then he said he broke something and the only known location he was at was my town, and then, you know, he disappeared. And
Well, if you do have a legitimate concern about a staff member abusing powers, whether it be a god power, whether it be whatever, especially if it's something serious like this where you are trying to convict them of grief,
well, I never did.
instead of
I
No, I
never
just
said
like
discussing it,
Ranger
I
was
would
just saying that, and I was just like, oh, that kind of sounds a little sketch. So I
Yeah,
was
I just thought I just said he was just probably joking around like he
Yeah.
always does. 'Cause he always
Instead of discussing it, I would like for you to make an admin ticket if you think it's a legitimate concern. Because if you do say that he went to your base and used these lightning powers to cause damage, that can cause some legitimate serious issues on both parts. Him, if he did legitimately grief you, or you, because that would be a false report on a staff member, which
which is
would give
why
us
I only do it if after is damage. If there's any damage that I see at the time, I probably won't say anything until I actually do see damage later on, and then
So
that
right now you are making a false report saying that he
I
just
never said anything.
it would be me making the false report because I was like kind of concerned.
I'm being blamed
Well,
here, and I haven't
if
said
it's wrong,
anything.
if it's wrong, I'll take the heat.
well, you did just say that
You're the one that came up to me and asked me. I have to tell you guys. You
do not
Okay.
raise your voice around me. Both of you hush. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Thank you. So I want to make sure you mentioned that he was using some lightning powers and lit something on fire, and you mentioned that it is likely at a base of yours because that was the quote-unquote only confirmed place that he was at.
I just
Yes or
gotta.
no?
Oh.
Him.
Oh, I
Ranger.
just. Oh. I just got a DM from Enforcer saying he did not do that. He said, "No, lol, I would never do that, honestly." So this
Thank-
is on me.
No,
I just
no, you're
I
fine.
just wanted to be.
I want to get this clear
Yeah.
because if he is legitimately saying these things,
I'll take a
then
screenshot of it.
we need to have, legitimate proof. If it's just him saying essentially, he lit something on fire and I think it was at my base, then that's something that I can check and make sure didn't happen.
Yeah.
To
I
make
mean,
sure, there is no damage. But
yeah.
if
If
it's
there's
him
any,
legitimately saying he caused damage, that's a completely different issue.
I mean, if there's any punishment, I'll take it because I was the one who told you about it. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that he doesn't say essentially, there was a staff member at my base or any user at my base using lightning powers and causing damage to my base, because then that would be, quite frankly, rude. And
Okay.
while it may be accidental, because some places, quite frankly, do not have fire turned off. That's just, you may not have enough to claim, you may not, whatever. But ultimately, we want to make sure that there is no malicious grief happening, whether it be from a staff member or just any other player on the server. But if it's a staff member, that can be taken a lot more seriously. And we have had people in the past falsely report staff members for various things, and I want to make sure that this isn't one of those instances. Because if it is, then that could mean a deeper investigation.
Yeah, I would not do that because I've already made that mistake.
I mean, if it does turn out like that, I'll take the heat for it because
Yeah,
I
and
did.
Seriously wants me dead, so I would never try that again.
Chat. F in
Accident
chat.
or
Hey, Rampa.
My roomie has reached how many steps? 17,000 steps. I believe she has beat you.
In one day.
Yes, in one day?
Yeah.
Yes, in one
I
day.
actually topped that like the third day we were here, like 18,000 in one day, like 18,400. Let me check.
He says he topped that the third day.
Like 18. I haven't gotten anything above like 10K since that, but
Alright, bye bye.
Okay, so can you either confirm or deny that he was using lightning recklessly around one of your bases?
Technically, yes, because
Did he cause damage?
no, I don't know. I did see him. He was trying to kill mobs with it, but then he after he disappeared and I couldn't find him, and then he went in chat and said he broke something, and the only notification was my town, and then he said that he burned part of the town and said like it's in chat somewhere since he
But
had
how
it in
long
public,
ago
so
was
that's why I
this?
thought it was just a joke because he wouldn't put it in public if he actually did do it because that would just be self-discriminating against himself.
About
So
how long ago was this? And do you have any keywords?
only like 5 minutes ago. Like
Okay,
I've been streaming
thank
this
you.
whole time. Like I actually have a stream. This right, I'm
That's
streaming
all I
right now,
needed.
so everything's on stream. I'm probably gonna have to then go back and do something about this, but you know. Well, now I have a gone long stream, so you know. I could
Yeah,
put that
because
in
I
the
haven't
title.
been on. I've just been AFK in PvP.
Yeah,
Because
and
I
I'm
didn't
like,
want to ban
everyone's
for the
on,
Discord.
so they would have saw this and they would have either said something or knew it was a joke because all the mods were on when that happened. So
From what I can tell, it was a joke. Hi,
yeah,
Fluff.
Oh, I just wanted to be sure because I was just like, oh, that
It's
sounds kind
better
of.
safe than sorry.
I mean, if Ranger gets in trouble for it, I'll take the heat because I was the one who was
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm just gonna like.
I mainly just
I-
wanted to make sure that it wasn't like
I
legitimate.
want to say
whatever.
something though.
Shoot.
totally different than this. More about my town, but ever since YH became mayor, and people would know I've had stuff against him since then. But the way he's been doing things, like he would either like delete outposts or I'd say to be deleted. But since most of them were my claims before, like things when I was mayor, I claimed. Shouldn't I also be told about this? Because most of those things had my stuff in it, and since I haven't been told about it, like I lost a whole town because I wasn't told about this, and there were people living there, and now the town's not even there. Like I wasn't even told about this, and I have things there. And he didn't even ask me about the book, that had town rules and part of history. He didn't ask me if that was just something I made for myself or something that every American take. And then he already deleted everything on it and made his own things on it. So now I don't have something that had things I made months ago, back in like March or something. Since I update it, I update it like every month, right? Basically, whenever there's like a new town history.
Well, this is really easy for me to just clarify. If you own that place, it does not matter your rank in your town. If you own a place, and you know, let's say that I have a cabin somewhere, and my cabin is in Taterville, and I own that cabin, and I am the current resident. No matter what, Narampa is not allowed to take items from there unless I say so. So
like I didn't have it claimed because it was
it
when I
doesn't
was
have to be
mayor.
claimed. If you are resident, that is your items. Quite frankly, sorry.
Because some of the stuff I gave the people, but because they weren't on, I kind of was watching the items where it still was in the someone was using the stuff, and he doesn't tell me any of this stuff until after it's happened, or he doesn't tell me at all. Like he does this stuff without really telling anyone about it. Now he's already moved to town spawn, so now I have to figure out all of my shop and stuff because all my stuff was there, like the rules and all that was there for a reason. But now all that got moved and things changed. So now I have to figure out where everything is. In the District 8, which he somehow deleted, took me weeks to find because it was I think I had it with your honor or module. I forgot who it was. But it was during like it was like a Harry Potter kind of like town, and I even have a book from it. And I had that town being used by someone, and now I can't even find any more in the outposts because he's deleted 20 of them.
Okay, so I want to put this in most simplest terms, so then I can understand. Because obviously, I don't understand whenever you bring up like District 8, District like 7. Like, I'm not a part of your town. I am not aware of these things. Because while your town may be one of the most active towns, I also still I don't interact with it, and there are multiple other towns. So, quite frankly, let's put this in simplest terms. You mentioned there is a book that you were upset was edited.
Oh yeah, it's at this new town spawn that I wasn't told about until I saw it in the board.
So you were town mayor and you gave it to him? Is this correct?
Well, it was supposed to be temporary only because I had like actual mind, like my mind was not in the right place because that was when Omni and David kept like there was like a argument and stuff that I started feeling like I couldn't everything was mostly my fault, so I started trying to temporary step down. But at some point I might have forgotten to say temporary, and he even agreed he didn't give it to me. And then he just kept pushing it, and now he's just postponing it indefinitely. Even though we agreed he was going to then give it back, but now he's not even going to do that, and is now basically changing everything that the thing was about. And the rule book for the town and history was basically supposed to be the Constitution, something that I instilled that was supposed to be there and not be changed, but by me because I'm the one that's trying to make sure Rangerland is going in the direction it was supposed to. Since this is a thing I'm very passionate about, and he's already ruined most of the plans. I was trying to make it where we had like different towns where people could choose where they wanted to be. They didn't have to be cramped in one area. They could choose if they wanted to be in a little town, if they wanted to be a mini mayor of a town, or if they wanted to be by themselves. But now he's just pushing them all in one area, and it makes it so hard to even find out what he deleted, what he got rid of, because of all the things he has done already. I have been trying to figure out everything I'm missing and everything that's in all these different bases that I have to find again.
Okay, so I would like to ask, somebody's beacon is about to get destroyed. I am so sorry. I'll roll back that.
Actually, he deleted another outpost because there was 58 and now there's 57.
So I would like to ask a couple questions. This is more for, and I don't want there to be answers such as, well, I suggested it or something like that. I want to clear like, yes, this was discussed, or no, this was discussed, just to try to move it along. Did you clearly discuss with Yog or Yahog? Because I know there's a couple different ways to pronounce his name. Did you clearly discuss with him that you did not want the spawn to be changed?
Yes, because I was usually gonna give Mirror to Vanilla, but Vanilla wasn't home, so I had to do what was circumstantial, and he just kept asking me and peer pushing me, so I just kind of did it because there was no one else, and he just kept asking me, and I couldn't really think because when my mind was not where it was supposed to be, I couldn't really think of anything, and then I gave rules of you don't change basically the main things that made the town, like don't change this stuff, don't change the nation like that, because that's supposed to be the things that I would do, because that's supposed to be, it's supposed to go with how the town is. But now he put everyone in this area, started getting rid of all my towns and the different outposts, and basically has changed everything in the rules, and everything I put in that was supposed to state this stuff is not to be changed, this stuff is supposed to stay the same. But since he got
Okay,
deleted
so I
everything in
do
that
have a
book, he
question.
basically deleted the document that said that stuff. So that whole book is now changed because he
So,
basically
did you discuss this in any chat? Like,
yes, we had a whole meeting with with Green, some others.
did you
This was a
like
whole
what chat?
meeting,
What
and we
chat did you
announced my
discuss
step
it
down within that same day and Nation Chat.
in Nation Chat? Okay. So you mentioned in this Nation Chat, I would like to
Well,
clarify.
in local,
And
we
I
had it
want.
in local, and then afterwards I announced that I stepped down, but we never said who it was
Okay, so you
because
just discussed this in a chat where I can check logs and verify various things, right? Because
if
essentially, I can't verify in voice chats because obviously those are completely private. I
if you can
can't
check the Nation
verify
Chat and local chats, then
in
uh
Nation and Local. Okay.
local, it was at the Leningrads meeting room in the NLIA, which was a building used in many meetings, so we have a bunch of local chats there. But because we have
So
also
in these meetings and stuff, did you clearly discuss with the current mayor that you couldn't change these things?
well, I was the mayor at the beginning, and yeah, I was still mayor when I basically was saying don't do
Yeah.
this stuff, and I was trying to get the book, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure my rule book was the one that said that because it was supposed to be there to say not to be
Well, here's the
changed.
thing. I want to
Well, I
make sure that
can't
it's
see what that book
someplace that
had
I can
anymore
verify.
because he deleted everything in that book, so I don't know what's there anymore.
Okay, so again, this is how come I'm trying to ask you and trying to get clear answers on this instead of it was in the book. I'm trying to get clear yes or no answers on this. Whenever you were in the local nation chats, did you discuss that you did not want the spawn changed?
Yes,
Did you clearly discuss that you did not want the terms or book changed?
I'm, I'm not fully sure
Okay. Did you
because
clearly discuss with him that
I
the
probably
ownership was
assumed he would have
temporary?
what?
Did you clearly discuss with him that the ownership was temporary or
I'm not
suggested it
sure
being
because
so?
he's saying I didn't, so I'm not fully sure because
Did
that
you
was like a
clearly
month
discuss
ago.
that he could not edit any of the beings' houses, like any of your other bases? Because you mentioned that he
Well,
did.
yeah, I never gave him any permission to do that stuff in the first place.
Okay,
He hasn't
in
even
these
told me any of that
bases,
stuff.
yeah, in these bases, if there are any that he has edited without your permission, do you
I
clearly
don't know because
reside there, or
he
are they
deleted a
just
lot of
out?
outposts, so I don't know what were in those outposts anymore because I can't find them.
Hmm. Here's the thing, though: did you reside in those outposts? or did you simply own them? And
Some of them I did. Some of them had my like resources or materials that I had to have away so I can then TP to get to a location. And I had like mini houses and stuff around the place.
okay, but did you clearly discuss with him not to delete any outposts?
I've said not. I've always made sure we don't lose them because that was the whole thing. Is that we weren't supposed to delete them because it was supposed to be expansion. Because
Okay,
that
so
was the
you
moment.
clearly stated to not delete them to him.
What?
So you clearly stated not to delete them to him.
I'm not sure. I think I probably assumed that he would know that they were mine because I was the mayor.
Okay.
But I
Do you
don't know
have
what's in
a
his
clear
head.
you have a clear rule book for the town? Whether it
Yes,
be
I
you
did.
did it or anybody else. Okay.
I
Do you
did
have a
have it.
place where your members agree to any rules or any new residents agree to any rules? Some people have like signs that they put up, others will like have a book or they'll have a rough
My book
script.
had rules, had like town specific rules. They're not there anymore because he got rid of them all. When I think I'm pretty sure that I even said not to change rules because that was a town specific thing where that was supposed to be basically like a constitution. I probably didn't really say it was supposed to be a constitution because I also assumed that he would know it was my book for the town, something that you're not supposed to change. I probably I think forgot to sign it, so he basically deleted it all because I had it unsigned because I'd been changing like adding history and stuff to it. So I started not really signing them because I didn't want to have to keep unsigning them over and over again. And now I realize that he has changed it like twice now.
So with these discussions, were there multiple discussions over time verifying these, or did you ultimately have like one
It
long
started becoming
discussion?
overtime because when I started wanting to get my mayorship back because of how I was seeing that he was starting to like get rid of things and starting to go away from what the original plans were. Since I put like over maybe 200,000 into all this stuff, and now that most of it's deleted, that's like thousands and thousands of dollars gone
Okay,
without
so
any.
before you wanted to get mayor back, whenever you were giving him mayor, whenever you were transferring ownership, did you have multiple discussions like in the game with the books and stuff, etc.?
Not with YH, not with YO, because that was a last minute thing. This was all supposed to go to Vanilla, but she was in school, so we couldn't actually give it to her. So we had to actually try to figure out how to do it. So it was a last minute, see who was online that we can give it to, because that was also near time where I thought I was going to be quitting the server because of my mind, and because that's when people I started getting a lot more bans. So I was feeling like I wasn't going to be in the game much longer. So
Okay,
I
so
tried
with the
to.
rapid movement, do you believe that due to the rapid movement of you grabbing Yog last second and giving him items, do you believe that there may have been miscommunication due to the
Yeah,
rapid?
I feel like so because I was just trying to give it to Vanilla because I knew Vanilla wouldn't really change much. Vanilla would actually would usually leave most things alone. Would normally just ask me and stuff because that's how she was, and that's what I wanted was someone to make sure they asked, make sure about this stuff. So then everyone agreed with it because we did have like a Congress. But when he came in, everything that we had or had set up, because he was there for a long time, like he knew about this stuff before. But then he just kind of threw that all out the window when he became it, and then he started making. He now has a gallow and stuff over here, and then he basically just be in story, and probably now he's basically just became a dictator.
Okay,
With it.
so with these changes and such, do you believe that there is an area in game that you and Yog clearly discussed this or somewhat discussed it in game to where I can, obviously access something that gives me information so I can try to verify
Part
some of
of
the
it
things
is
possibly
a
said?
lot of it is more in DMs and stuff afterwards, where I would talk about some of it. Some of it went to the New Morales Discord, and there's actually a full on court case in it now, where there's actually a jury and stuff trying to see whose side, like, they'll look at each side and stuff and try to determine it. Because we actually, in story and in game, we actually had a arrest warrant for him, and let ended in execution of me and Green, because with me in a duel, because we were trying to arrest him. We even gave him a arrest warrant, and then he ran away with using a elytra, and then ended up at the gallows with us both being executed. So
Okay, so away from like lore and stuff, I'm seeing this from a staff perspective. I would like to clarify. So I am talking about legitimate prosecution, legitimate in-game punishments, not lore. Whenever I'm discussing this with you, I'd like to make that very clear. These are not joking, hee, whatever. I am looking at possibly prosecuting somebody or investigating them for
but for
legitimate theft.
sure, one is him
That would
definitely
require a ban and rollback. I would like to
eating
clarify.
outposts and stuff that I had claimed for a reason. Most of it was people lived there, like people in my town actually were living there, or and
Do
some
you
of it was
have
stuff
any
I
of these
placed.
people that live there? Have any of them come to you or him to complain about this
Well,
besides you?
some of them are either inactive or in my Discord, and then the ones that just haven't been on in a couple weeks, um because there's this bug for some reason that a lot of people lost their claims for some reason. Like someone that played almost every day, somehow lost his claims when I was still mayor. So a lot of people lost their claims. So I had to figure out who still lived there. But now I can't do that because when he became mayor, he started deleting outposts before I could even get a chance to try to find original people that live there. So now they don't actually, they're in town, but they can't get there anymore because there's no way to teleport there anymore.
Okay, so before we go any further, I would like to essentially ask you like very clear questions that way then I don't misunderstand um, what you're wanting essentially. So, whenever you're talking about this, you have mentioned like outposts being removed. You've
Yeah,
spoken
because
about areas being edited without your permission,
so we have had
items being taken and edited without your permission, which
our
to me
highest,
says grief. So I
our,
want to ask, is this something that you're wanting to be based around a grief investigation? Or do you want it to be a thing where you're just trying to get back mayor and you can't?
it's both because he did do those things, but it's but I want to make sure if I can get mayor, then I can try to actually redo the things without someone keeps deleting at me, so I can actually get that stuff back because he won't let me. Now that he's mayor,
So
he won't
you
let me
would
get that stuff back
prefer
anymore.
you would prefer in the hierarchy of various things essentially. You would prefer for before any like official punishments and stuff. You would rather have just quite simply put, you would rather have mayor back before anything else is whatever. Like before it's officially grief and etc etc.
Like if
Because those are two completely very different things that we would have to look into, and
well, if
each
he
would
was
require a much different set.
if it does count as grief, then I would want where I would let him in still be in the city, but he would have to be demoted because of what he did.
So
But he
here's
would
the thing though,
still
I'm not talking about your city, I'm not talking about like that kind of stuff, quite frankly. I'm trying to discuss this from a staff standpoint, like if anybody had grief due, period. Like, let's say that, I don't know, Billy Bob Joe comes into your town and he sets everything on fire. That's a very clear grief, an arson
yeah.
case. Do you think that what he has done would be enough to be considered that, or a miscommunication where if he helps set things right, no punishment severe like a rollback and ban would be put in
Yeah,
place?
I don't want him getting banned. I just want to be something where because most of the things we can't really get back without actually like a rollback, like getting the old what was in the book and stuff, if that's possible, because that stuff is just things that since it's been changed, we can't really see what was in it before, so you can't
So
actually. Then
you're not really looking for like an actual brief case. You're not looking for a band rollback.
I don't know if he
Rather,
actually
you're
did
looking.
other
It sounds like you're
because he
looking
could
just
have
for aid on town policies.
in the other outposts that I deleted, because I still have to find where that missing town now.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, have you clearly said, I want Rangerland back? Like,
Yeah,
I want mayorship back.
and he said, "Oh, I'll give it to you. Oh, I'll give it to you." And now he has postponed it indefinitely.
Has he done that on purpose, or is it literally, I can't get online right now? Because if it's
Oh,
that, then that's quite
he's
frankly-
on after cross country and stuff. He's on a lot more.
Okay.
It's just that he just doesn't want to give it to me. That's the only reason. He just doesn't want to give it back.
Well, if you
But
can
that's all he
get
cared about. Afterwards, I found out all he
Ranger.
cared about was mayorship. That's all he wanted.
Ranger. Thank
Well-
you. What I'm trying to clarify is for one, it was 100%. You mentioned it was temporary to him. Yes or no?
Not sure.
Not sure. I'll have to
Because
verify that
since it
before
was
we
a
do
last
anything
minute
else.
thing, I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I
I'll just have
announced
to
it
verify
to
that
him.
before we do anything else. Because if that isn't verified,
Because
literally nothing else really matters.
if it's a miscommunication,
If it's a
I told
miscommunication,
him.
that's
I
just
talked to him, and he said that I didn't specify it then, which I tried to tell him. Then I must have forgotten to.
like if you didn't
But
clarify
even
it then quite
then
frankly,
he's still going against it.
yeah. Because if you didn't clarify that it's temporary, then like that's not on fault of him. That's on fault on you.
Yeah.
And I understand it was a stressful situation, but that's just kind of how it is. Like, for example, whenever Narampa went on to her break for camp, she gave some of her items into possession of me, and on top of that, I also took a sort of distance approach to helping guard her town and the safe blocks of her town, but that did not clarify for me to take the items from her town. I could not take her personal items, and I could not take items from her town, despite me having that sort of authority over some of her personal items that I did keep in my possession. And I have a feeling that's kind of a similar situation to you, where you tried to give partial, but it may have not have been clarified enough. So I'll just have to try to look into that. I probably won't do it tonight, quite frankly, because yeah, like if you
Yeah,
want
this
to
is
though,
basically like the HRC where I had given part of it to putting trash, but then that's when I actually had told him where that was just gonna be like temporary. Like I was having people against me and stuff, and I just needed a break. But this time I just when I needed that break, I kind
so it
of
was like kind of
forgotten
instantaneous.
because it went
Yeah.
from right after Omni and David's like argument with me, and then with bannings and all of that, I kind of was thinking that I was basically done for, where I
Yeah.
couldn't really do much. So I started getting very stressed out in my head. So I was trying to back away. So I started playing other servers. But then when I tried to come back, because I was coming back in my mind and stuff, and I made sure, and if I'm correct, I did tell him I wanted to be co-mayor, so then I can get back later on, since that's how I usually am, where I really care about the things that I make, like if it's a town or nation, because it actually has all the people that I met, the people that I was able to help grow, the people that the community and all that. But ever since I left, most of the community basically left because the people that they were with is also gone, and then so they stopped really playing. And the people I do have, most of them don't even remember me anymore, and the whole town is now completely off, and I don't even understand what's happening with the town anymore. And I just want to try to get back so I can have the thing I'm passionate about there, so then it doesn't go completely off of what it was supposed to be built on.
Yeah, sorry, I had to just context sound because I also realized something that made me feel a little bit dumb because I may have just destroyed somebody's beacon on accident. But I'll try to verify, like,
Okay.
obviously I do want you to try and contact him. Just be polite about it though. Like, I know it's frustrating,
Well,
but
we're in a
if
court
you're not
case.
polite
So
about
we're
it, then
putting in statements. So if you want to join our new Morales Discord, so you could see what's happening down there as well.
literally it's just try to discuss it with him, like having
Because we
polite
could get a
discussions even if
staff
you're
standpoint
frustrated
from
is
this
the best
too.
way.
Since we have a jury, we could get a nice staff standpoint.
Well, that's
We
not
have
staff,
Smile in
quite
there
frankly.
already. We have
That's just
Smile.
players acting as, a false staff. I'm looking at this from a legitimate staff standpoint,
That's
as
why
in
if
legitimate
you can
punishment.
also see the statements that we're both giving and stuff. So you could see basically what both point of views were.
Well, I
And
want you to literally contact just him, not in a fancy public chat,
well, I
not
have
where
talked
other
to him
people.
multiple times, and he said he would give it to me. And then in numerous chat, he said he's gonna postpone it indefinitely. Because I kept saying you kept pushing it and pushing it, and we should do it today then. And he said, "Nope, I'm gonna postpone it indefinitely."
Okay, well, if you can talk to him, like, obviously, I do actually have to, like, find a legitimate thing that says this is temporary. If I find that, then that's, whatever. You
Yeah, it's
can
somewhere in
still,
chat as well. Because I've talked about
yeah.
multiple times in local or just messaging. Like
I'm trying to find, like, the first time that you mentioned it, because you can't just, like, say something and then say something again.
Yeah, because
then
I
that's where
brought it up
miscommunication starts.
throughout the month since
Mhm.
I've done it, just in case if I forgot to mention it, I would like bring it up to him to let him know that it was supposed to be that, and I was trying, and then he would say like, "Yeah, I'll do it, just not right now." It's like, I'm not comfortable with it right now. I'll do it a little bit later, and then after keep pushing it, then he just says he's not gonna do it. After he said he would multiple times. He was basically trying to get my hope from just because of how my brain where don't take it as that, but my brain because of that seems like he's just trying to get my hopes up of me getting it, and then he just basically says no after trying to push it. But I don't really know because I don't know what's going on his head, how he sees it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
But,
it and during when we were trying to arrest him, even though he didn't know about this, made me lose over 100 plots because when he didn't know that outlawing kicks you from the town. So I had to so I have a bunch of claims out there that I have to refind because I don't because some of those claims were some outposts, which since they were gone, like since I lost those plots, he probably deleted some.
sorry, I'm doing a small restore right now because I don't want it to stay 4 persons speaking. Oh, they're really bad because I spawned a dragon and
And
the
I
other
really
and I
I
just
can't be
destroyed it.
making I can't make a new town because I can't make a ranger land with its community and how it was like what our ranger land was built on
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
this was supposed to be something I built after being basically thrown out of another town because people couldn't handle how I was with autism. That's the whole reason why I made this town. This town was supposed to be my special place where I felt safe.
Yeah. What I'll
And
try to do is verify that you said it's a temporary thing, and then if I can find verification of that, that is like as soon as these talks were discussed, not later on, not throughout the month, like
because that
as
might
soon
have
as they were
been in
discussed.
the book. But like I said, I'm not. I forgot what I put in that book for some of the rules because I'm pretty sure I put in there things that YH had to follow. But then later on, he said that he doesn't need to follow it because he's mayor, so he can basically do what he wants, and basically took the thing to a whole totally different turn. And now he doesn't see why we need all these towns when my whole vision was if there's multiple towns, we can have mini mayors and people can choose where they want to live. They don't have to be in the same small, cramped area with 50 other houses. They could choose to live far away or live in another town governed
I have
by
a
its own people.
question because the way that you're describing this is making it a little bit confusing. You're making it sound less like a town and more of a nation. So I just want to clarify: are we discussing a nation or a
It
town here?
the town is basically supposed to be like a mini. It's supposed to be like a state with multiple mini towns. That's what it was supposed to be. That's what it was built on. It was supposed to be like a town that basically became a state with congressmen and had people in different districts, and each district was like a part of a town and stuff. That's what it was supposed to be. We had like
sounds
11 different districts.
That sounds exactly like how the United States functions to me. I'm gonna be honest here. So
Which
it
is why-
sounds like you're making a nation. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was before I made HRC. It was supposed to be where HRC was the nation, then we had the state, and then we had the little cities. That's basically how I wanted to have it, where everyone had their own voices, their own voice in it, where they can go up to their political leaders, they can come up to me, we can make something either that affects the Ranger end, or something that when we had HRC would come up to the nation. Because almost every town that was in my nation also had other towns. So it basically just became became states with mini towns. But now it's just everyone in one little place, and these people don't even live in the main ranger land. Like the place that everything was built on, the main area with Holand and all of that, and Spruceville next to it. Now we're over here in this area that I didn't even now he's putting a lot of money into this, and I still never got my money back from all the places he's unclaimed. That I've lost a lot of money in, so going broke over here.
To start farming it.
Go. Come what? Car?
So how you doing, Icy? Are you not
Hi.
sick anymore?
So essentially, I'm not exactly super sick. It's kind of, it feels more
You just like
I'm,
you have like the sniffles, like you're just like
yeah, I'm really sicky and coffee. Like my chest hurts from all the coughing I've done.
yeah. It seems like a
And-
lot of people are like getting like sick,
Oh,
not
yeah.
from like COVID, but just like sick.
Mhm.
I
I don't
see.
care
it
about
was
your
like-
coughing, Die.
Yeah.
Ow.
Anyways,
Oh, I enforce it.
Ranger.
I see.
Car? Vroom? Car?
we're trying to watch Cars. If Honor can figure it out, we're gonna watch Cars. Do you want to come watch Cars?
Oh, I
Bro,
would
that
love to
movie.
come watch Cars with you.
Let's go watch. Well,
Well,
if she
I
can
see.
figure it out, we're gonna watch Cars. So
It's a good
What
movie.
is she
I
trying
see.
to do? Is she trying to do the Netflix party?
Wait, which
well,
one?
she's trying to stream Disney Plus, but
Oh.
Discord's being really smart about it and catching it and blocking it. So we're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to find a
Oh,
workaround.
You're gonna have to pirate it. You're gonna have to like go on Google and find like because Disney Plus and like Netflix, they actually have programs built in that will block anything trying to screen share it. So you're gonna have to like,
Yeah,
well,
there's
it'll,
ways
Yeah.
around it.
but it's like they're hard to do. Like they're
Hold on.
they typically
I
like
see.
Anywho,
Just so you know, if you ever do need to see what this VC had, like if you need to go back on it, this whole thing is streamed, so it will be on my channel. So if you ever needed to get
If
evidence,
you could you go ahead and just private that video for me though? So
well,
that
I
way when
actually
people
have a
can't
video
access
video,
it.
but this was the live stream, so
Okay, go
people
ahead and
could
just
be
private
watching.
it whenever you're done. Like if people listened in, it's whatever. That's how come I didn't care to move us to staff chat because we're just discussing it. Nothing official's happening.
I mean if anything happens to
Like if we
Ranger,
don't
like
talk about anything official right now, and we talk about that later on, then
Yeah, I can
that'll
just
be
drag you
okay.
to staff chat. It's okay.
Just that this
No.
was a lore stream, so like I was doing lore, and then F in the chat joined, and
Steal.
then he DM'd you, and then this just went all off
no.
rail.
So if anything like if any like like if false accusing of like a thing that it's all
Oh
on
yeah,
me
we
'cause I'm-
clarified that by the way.
oh okay, I would say like
Essentially what was happening was Fluffy was joking about burning down Ranger's town because like
Oh.
what we'll say is like for example whenever the server catches on fire it's not legitimately on fire, it just means that it's
Oh yeah,
getting
fire.
destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
it
just
was it was one of those jokes.
oh okay. I just I was concerned. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Person, liar, destruction, not good.
Well,
So
no,
like,
all I heard was before that it was like, oh, I broke something. I'm like, the last notification was my town.
Yeah.
I'm like, enforcer.
but I was just like,
What are you striking with lightning this time?
I made sure to like ask Enforcer before, I DM'd you, but you responded before he did, so.
Yeah. By the way,
I was like,
Ranger,
better be some mobs. Better not have struck on my horses.
in the future, if I do end up looking up like some of the official chats and stuff in game for you to try and verify some things, keep in mind I do get quite busy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna come to you one day and suddenly remember and be like, oh yeah, let's spend 5 hours on this. No, I'm probably just gonna like completely forget after a while. Or
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
probably
lie.
when
In
you
most
find it,
cases,
whenever
they
you
set up
find it, just
themselves.
DM it to me, and then
Yeah.
after we get like all the things, then since it'll be in DM, I could probably just like send something to say, hey, let's go over this stuff so we can chat about it.
Like, obviously, I
I'm-
don't want to like look into things without you being there. That's the same as somebody going, "Hey, I have a grief K bye," because that would just be dumb.
Yeah, because I'm the person where even if someone told me to do something, if I don't do it right away, I will forget, but really quickly. So anything I put in
Wait,
chat,
yeah,
I usually forget what I put in chat. So I usually have to look back to see what I wrote because I usually just forget about it. So whenever it's in local or nation chat or PMs, I usually don't remember anything.
no, it's
It will
fair.
just pop in my head at some point, but I don't usually remember what exactly happens. So I'm not always the best source of trying to get exact information. Usually that's going to be something the staff will have to do, which
Yeah, which
you guys
I
could.
can help with.
So
Yeah,
are you gonna
no
get?
problem.
Are you gonna be junior admin perms?
Yes, you will actually see that if I type in chat. I actually technically don't need them though. I can just use my my senior mod powers for it.
Wait. So you went from a senior mod to a junior mod?
If you want me to, I can
No,
explain my
junior on the junior admin.
Oh, junior. Okay, no, I was just like, what? No, that makes more sense now. I was just like,
Get me
oh.
to clarify my staff ranking to you.
So you're essentially above mod, but you're not like in serious level.
Mhm. So I went from a trial mod to a junior mod to a mod to a senior mod, back down to a mod because all senior mods were moved down to mod with some permission changes. And then I went back up to senior mod. And while I did not go to junior admin, Helios did. And instead, later on, I moved to a completely new rank that Ink put in for me and Toast called a head mod. Essentially, I train new staff members.
Okay.
Isn't that what honor is now or something? Or is honor still
She's
senior?
currently a senior mod.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
Although Honor did train me.
I would say isn't Oh, I thought who's training Minnie right now or Minnie?
I am one of her trainers.
Yeah, I would say. I honestly couldn't be an admin. Honestly, I would let too much slide. I would be like, oh, you know. Yeah, I'll be
I
honest.
put up a calm voice
I've
earlier
tried
and
like
my mom started
37
laughing.
times.
Yeah, I
I've tried
honestly.
out 37 times. Most of the time, it's because either I'm not a good writer, but when I actually do try to write it all out, it's always just one thing that I like don't put in, like something like minor. But then just because of that, it's just not enough.
Yeah.
I feel like it's mostly where I help out in the community thing because I basically was just there to help people and I kind of just made things for the server whenever there's like an event. But there
That's how
isn't
I
much I
started
could.
out, to be fair.
That's mainly I can't really do anything. So really, the only thing I could put in is I made a giant cake for the birthday and I gave out $800 worth of ranks.
I would say
Something I actually find
yeah.
interesting is I discussed my possibility of joining the staff team before I applied, as did like Honor and Enforcer and such. I actually applied and joined much before them. They had just begun to start playing on the server whenever I became a junior mod, but we actually transferred all from the same server. It's me, Honor, Fluffy, Mama Dart, Mitchie, and a couple
Who's
others
Mama? Oh,
came over
is
here.
is
I would
Mama
say
Dark chocolate?
if anyone should be an admin, it should be like Himmler because they essentially run in like the largest like online country, I guess.
Yeah. The thing is, whenever
Well,
it comes to
actually,
being an
that's actually
admin,
really true because that's Himmler is actually really good at trying to make things very civil, like in court
Yeah,
cases.
I'm in
He
numeralis,
really makes
so
it
I know
very
exactly.
he makes it very civil and stuff. Makes
Yeah.
it where it's a make sure it's
Casey,
only statements. No,
hi, they
try
just
not
figured
to be
out.
biased. Don't
Yes.
argue.
Is
Just
it?
Yeah.
give your statements.
Yes, it's working.
Check both sides.
Let's go.
Okay,
It's cars
I'll
time.
be there in
Vroom,
a
vroom.
little bit.
Yeah.
You
Because
never
I've
know.
already watched multiple of them multiple times, so no matter what, I'll know
Wait-
where you guys
Wait,
are. in
which
the
Cars movie you guys watching?
my
Is it
God.
like the
From
first
the
one, the only good
No.
one?
From
We're
what I
watching
can
the first one
tell,
right now.
The first one is the only good one.
yeah.
I'm gonna
We're
be
No.
honest.
watching the first one right now.
I
Anyways,
like
I
the
want to
third
go watch
one.
Cars. Come
Okay,
play
I'll
The
be
third
watch
one's
back.
Cars.
okay. The
I'll be
second
back
one's
there
not
in a
bad,
bit.
but you know,
I like
Um,
the one.
nothing
there's
beats the
one
first
thing that I
movie.
do find very funny,
The first one got boring.
and
Uh,
this isn't me
The
trying to make
beginning
fun
of
you
it
guys.
just isn't as good.
There's something I'd like to point out, which this isn't me making fun of you guys, but it's totally me making fun of you guys.
Okay.
Um, controlling a nation on here is extraordinarily different compared to staff work.
Yeah.
And
I
Because
mean,
the
in
two and
nation,
two
you don't
don't
have to
go
deal with
hand in
griefing
hand.
as much because of you don't usually have to deal with all that else stuff, but with staff, you're dealing with everything, with every
Yeah.
single person.
So something I would like to point out to you guys. Do you see any major nation rulers as a staff member right now? That is,
Yeah.
they are the sole ruler and they are heavily into
I do
making
not believe
Yes.
so because
Okea, if I'm correct, has been with Sirium Guard a lot.
which one?
Sound, I think, is
Guy?
with Tefris.
Here's the thing though, it's a very inactive
it's a very
nation.
like
But
dead
like
town.
Sirium Guard is
It's
Okea,
very
Big
tight, it's
Joe.
very small.
Who else is in Sirium?
Oh yeah, I understand that it would be like an impossible task to both be like a mod and a nation ruler. I'm gonna be honest
Actually,
here.
not
We
really.
get
Have you guys
Okea,
looked at City lately?
big
I
show.
mean, it would be like a
Echo.
soul crushing thing to run. I'm gonna be like, it'd be like
Yeah.
incredibly stressful to do.
Well, here's the thing though. The reason why currently the only major, in my opinion, that is major nation ruler is actually Jake, and he's also a staff member. The reason that I say major is that he's actually been involved with it.
With
But
Tiggerville.
a large reason that many staff members are not that involved with town politics is because of how easily emotionally attached you are and
Well,
how
your
much
Rampa
that
is
can affect
also
you.
with Tiggerville.
Yeah,
Here's
she's
the
the
thing
main,
though.
but Enrampa's not like a major staff member.
Yeah, she's very calm whenever it comes to her town. She doesn't
Yeah.
get.
Oh yeah, she
she's
has a
not
lot
heavily
of home IRL stuff
Yeah,
as well.
she's not heavily attached. She doesn't force her residents to do anything, and in fact, she gets really happily. She gets really delighted whenever she sees that her residents have built something. She doesn't tell them
Oh
what
yeah,
to do.
she gets
Oh, yeah.
the stuff away. That she likes doing that.
Oh yeah,
She doesn't
she
want.
helped down.
She wants to give everything away.
Yeah, she and Himmler helped down my town actually, Ireland. I mean, Enrampa's the reason I played the Minecraft server, but you know.
But one main issue, and we will actually we obviously do use you guys as general I guess a non-literal portfolio, if that makes sense. And that is literally just basic opinions whenever it comes to discussing those kind of
Oh, do you guys
options
have
for you
like a profile on all of us? Like a
No, it's more of a
Oh,
he
she has
say
her
she say.
mugshots. Don't worry.
oh, okay, like like you're just like, oh yeah, I've known them for like they play in the server file, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
So for example, if somebody may come up to me and be like, "Hey, can you describe Enforcer?" And I'll be able to describe his negatives and positives.
Yeah.
So for example,
Can you
I love
wait?
Enforcer.
How do
because
you
I love
describe me? How do you describe my personality and stuff from how you have met me throughout the months?
You're rather immature and eccentric, but you are extraordinarily motivated whenever it comes to things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping mine is that guy needs to stop farming potatoes.
Literally, ever since I've wanted to get Mare back, I've actually had a full on I'm actually trying to get people to be on my support me and be on my side, so I can actually make a full on political party if I have to. Just because people keep
Hello,
saying
kitty.
if you want to actually try to get your mayorship back, you might want to get some people on your
Hello,
side.
kitty.
So I'm just like, why not make an outpost and just whenever someone joins me, just make them an embassy plot and just make a full on town of supporters.
I feel like a lot of
A whole
people
on
have a
trade
problem.
ship, merchant ship. We already have a
Oh.
pirate ship down there.
Oh,
So-
Ranger, I have an important thing for you. So, as it turns out, a large number of people have a problem with like the constant, like, you have like a bajillion outposts. A lot of people like a problem you just going around claiming abandoned towns. Like, essentially,
well,
that's
yeah, the whole plan was to make it where then if people wanted to not live in the main town, they can
exactly.
choose
I
whatever
completely understand that, but like,
town
like
to govern it. But
going
why
around.
change that?
But like a
So
lot of people had a problem with you going around like just claiming all of them. Like a lot of new players like to move into those abandoned towns, but you kind of like took a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of new players I felt really bad because they would be like, "Oh, I found this place, but it's claimed, and it's not exactly. They're not in the mindset
Yeah.
to go and talk to this mayor because they probably have no clue how it works, quite
Yeah.
frankly."
yeah, if
I mean-
I'm on a lot, but since I haven't been really mayor, I haven't really seen anything to do in this game. So I've been very, very bored every time I'm in here because I just jump in circles because I don't have anything to do because I'm not a mayor anymore. So I don't have any duties other than being a national leader. But I'm only a political leader in that.
Work on a base like me. I literally built that absolutely
Well,
stupidly large potato
I don't.
farm.
I want to
Yeah.
work on bases. I don't know how, so I have S for doing that.
Just like
Right
just
now, we're
no,
making a
just-
spaceship because
exactly. You don't
we're
build
going
them
to
yourself.
space. We're going to space and make it going to find other timelines like Earth 5 and Earth 7 and all that, which is
That's
actually
pretty cool, I
places
guess.
like actual timelines. So
So, I mean, like if you were like build like I suck at building, but I just like build anyway. I mean, just like you
yeah,
just
I
gotta like
tried
do
to
what you
build,
want to do.
and the last time I did, sound disapproved of it.
It's your base. Who cares what it looks like, bro?
No, I tried to use it as something I can get in the build team for.
So
It
you
was anticlimactic.
you weren't building something to like build it. You were building it like with like, oh, I'm gonna get in the build team with this. No, that's not how you build, bro.
No,
You just build because you want to build.
yeah, the build was something I actually tried to do, but I don't know how to build, so I just use random blocks, and because of it, it doesn't go well together. Like I have a whole 125 story build. Not 125 story, 125 chunk technically. I count every like if you had your chunks open, there's a
Yeah.
cube like
I
16
mean,
by
I would
16 by
just like
16.
just start small, just like work on something,
I
You just
did.
gotta, like
I built a whole town. But then
exactly like
most of that got now taken over by the mayor. So
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't know.
most of it's gone now.
You just gotta like do your own thing, I guess.
No one can even see it, and it's a full-on like the whole trade was you're supposed to go to spawn, read the rules if you're a part of town. If you're not, you go to mystery box or you go down to the restaurant or to the shop right below. But now you can't do that because no one knows how to get to this dang area now. And he moved the whole ladder to the dang sky rail in the first place. He moved it, and it took me like 5 minutes to try to find it. So you have to actually try to find that, and then you have to figure out how to get down to the town. Like you don't need all of that when you can just had to spawn in a normal place where it was. So because if you're in town, because if you live here, then you should be in town, and you can just use the outpost.
I mean, I guess
The only other reason you're here is if you're coming to buy stuff or you're coming to visit.
I mean,
and if you're visiting.
yeah, I
That's
would say I guess
legit-
it's something you could bring up like your new mayor directly, like, hey, this isn't working. This should be changed for new players because they find it hard to like,
Yeah, I
work on.
brought it up multiple times. He doesn't want to agree with me just because of he doesn't really like listening to me anymore.
I mean,
I think his mayor mindset is basically made it where he doesn't have to listen to me anymore. So meaning he can take over anything he wants now because even though I created it and I was never really supposed to give it up. I just kind of couldn't think of anything at that time. He's basically now trying to just basically take it over.
yeah. I mean,
Make
I
it
guess
his vision
don't
and
know.
basically waste a lot of my money that I spent into these outposts. Because all 78 were from mine. And most of the chunks I had to claim because of that cost like 20K, 30K each to buy the bonus ones. I had to use a wish for 50. But then all that stuff got useless because he just deletes all the outposts that only cost 500, and then every claim around that was 25 each. And that's basically like 400, and that's like 400 times 25 with some 500s in there.
I mean, you gotta. I don't know. I guess.
10,000 to 100,000. That's
I
a
mean,
lot of money.
you just gotta find something to do. Like I'm gonna start working for was it the real people,
How he
whatever they
works
are.
so much. He builds giant statues and he's gonna make a full-on body statue of every admin.
I don't know. I mean, I was just gonna go work for the. I'm gonna like. I got bored honestly. I farmed like 100,000 potatoes in like a day, and I was just
You
like,
know,
you know,
right? Wait, when did you join the server?
like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, then you don't know Sheena yet. Shiba.
No, but like I was just gonna like, you know, I mean,
I see Anna's still here. Okay, there's now a lot of people here.
I was just gonna like, you know, join the. I joined the rail with the rail. I don't remember the rail union, whatever. Whoever's building the rail, you know, the giant railroads. I was gonna, you know, help them
Rail
out because you know,
Foundation.
the rail
Smart.
foundation. I with you know with Smile and Rampa. I was just like, you know, I'm gonna join them, help them out because you know I needed something to do. Like you gotta just find something like that, you know.
Yes. Also, that it became story afterward because of what happened, which was funny. I made an ice rail, which was supposed to connect to another place, but I've already used like 7, 8 stacks on it, and
Them-
it went over a town, which since it was above, I didn't think anything of it. And the person that lives there now literally quit recently, which was literally my own old nation member, which was I think Mutimic, which
what did
had his
somebody
own
claim their town
town and
and
everything, and he was in my nation. But he didn't know it was mine, so he blew part of it up. And then we realized it was mine and what it was for. He felt sorry for it, but because all the ice that was there was destroyed, I just kept that in, and it's now a bombing attempt, and it caused a derailment. So now that's in the story.
I mean, the only ice rail I know of is near France. It goes to France, I think.
There's a giant sky rail all over this island, over this map. There's
know.
there's over
I'm helping maintain it, bro.
30,000 blocks.
It's like it's
more,
at
it's
I
more
think
like
it's
100K.
no, I think it's 125 or 127,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. You just gotta like find something to do, you know, like
my rail at my main town is like 6,000 blocks from the nearest other town.
think about it like this. You can't just focus specifically on getting your town back. You gotta like you
Well, I
can't
try
just
to do
like
other things, but I
exactly
can't do
right.
anything because I can't think, because I'm not that creative right now, because my mind's too worried about what's gonna happen. Because if I start, he doesn't want me claiming more things again, even though I can't expand or build anything if I can't claim it, because there's so many creepers that keep blowing up on my things, and because of that, I need to have them claimed. But I can't normally then build because of that, and even when I do, I really can't build anything because
wait.
that's gonna take too much time. And I've since I'm back in school again,
Yeah.
I kind of just get on, do lore, or just kind of talk with people and see how people are, or if people need help with anything.
Yeah.
I kind of just give them resources. I'm not the person that likes building anymore, because when I did build, I built this whole town, and then I started getting bored because it kept taking a long time to do, and it barely got anything done. So I just kind of got bored of doing it for nothing.
I
Or
mean, I guess it happens to all of us, but you know,
I do have so many eggs though, like so many double chests of eggs. People
eggs.
and now people can't even buy that anymore. So that's just filling up with eggs.
Yeah, you'll find something to do, you know.
This book's now gone because he changed that. He changed a lot of things. This is from J. Core. This is Communist Flag. This is the Moran Brewing Co. The End. Got the New Moralian Soup, the August 18th edition of the New Moralian. Isn't this around when I stepped down? Oh yeah, this one's about the Enforcer boat. This man left Pog and stepped down to help J Project. Luca became is the leader of Alexandria.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah, I forgot to do that. I was supposed to do that, but then I just stopped playing.
yeah, I might dip out of this
Yeah,
call.
I made a mistake for August 17th because it wasn't Ollie Himmler, it was Elias Himmler because Ollie Himmler was dead by this point because of assassination. Wait, How to Marry books, White Banner, coal, gunpowder I used to have. I got some second edition trading cards. I have a bunch of first edition. I have stacks of golden apples, even though most of those got blown up from before. I remember when I blew up part of my town during my insane arc because I just couldn't control it and because of stuff. Oh, now he has the ender pearl in my own area. Okay, what has he done down here? Okay, I need to research this. He hasn't really done anything with this. That's good. I don't want him messing up. Got all my potions. I got all this stuff out because I didn't want to lose all these chests. Actually, this still has some gold globe.
Can you like not claim any more land so you can't like build a house or anything? So how did that work? Like,
What?
are you like you said you couldn't claim any land, so you can't like build a house or live anywhere now? Like,
Well, I had to make a house when I had to basically run away from the town because he basically took things over. So I kind of ran away, built my own base, and now I have a military base there, a research station, a radar station, all that stuff.
what in the town?
In my where I now live.
I would say like that's not a good idea to build something in the town you just kind
Well,
of.
I have radar stations in other towns.
Oh, have you
So-
been to my town yet, Ireland?
Yes, multiple times.
Really?
Yes, because you TP me. I'm Royal Ender Demon.
Oh, I was like, because like you're also Ranger, and I was just like, I don't
Yes,
think Ranger.
but
Yeah. I keep forget. I don't know.
okay, wait. I'm actually getting some stuff in the statements. What is this Rangerville that I hear of?
Isn't that your town, Rangerville?
No, the Ranger Land.
Oh, sorry.
It's an actual place I've had for years.
I thought it was Rangerville.
No, Ranger Land's a thing I've made years ago.
Okay.
Which I just use that name now for things that are a town and HRC was Holy Ranger Country because Ranger Country is a real campsite that I go to, and so I made the holy ideology, and so it became the Holy Ranger Country. So HRC is basically the nation names, and Ranger Land is the town names that I usually do. Like IRL, I might make an actual like Ranger Land, and then make a nation that's HRC.
I think I'm having a stroke.
Because might become a full-on micronation. Just so then, because once it does that, it's another nation, so you can basically put money into my nation, and other stuff. I don't know. I think micronations you can actually get away with a lot of stuff.
Oh well.
Llama. And
Llama.
Death Spider. This was their area, which basically lasted. Oh, no man, it's just the jump boost particles.
Llama, are you here? Or are you like AFK?
Llama's definitely here because Llama
I'm
measures.
eating, but I'm watching. So
Oh.
don't worry.
Llama, you see like my new car?
Bloody beautiful night.
It's an absolute like it is speed, man. It's some real pace. Hits 82 kilometers. I don't know how actually fast that is, but because I only measure in freedom.
There was a sinkhole in Florida that was like 37 washing machines wide.
I count the mile is a foot. No, wait, I forget what it is. It's not like a meter is like I jokingly called the wings. No, I only measure in bald eagles. All right, bald eagles and Big Macs.
cheeseburgers, bro. I prefer Burger King burgers.
Mm, I don't know. Big Macs are good, but
Sometimes I'll use
wait, what is the ultimate fast food meal? All right,
hmm. Hmm.
I would say Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Oh yeah.
If you've ever had those things, those are absolutely goddamn delicious. Honestly, it requires a curse because it's just how good they are.
Mac and cheese.
Their mac and cheese is good too. A lot of things Chick-fil-A are like delicious, and the service is like they're so nice to you there. It's really great, honestly. Sometimes.
Where I live, Red Lobster is like the worst service you can get.
Yeah, I mean here it's like they're just like have a good day, and I'm like thanks. I'm like I'm actually having not a good day, but that just made my day sometimes, And they're so fast. You normally like they're like you go to McDonald's, it takes forever, honestly sometimes.
So now we get it in 2 minutes.
Like when you go to Chick-fil-A, there's like 40 people there, and you're through the drive-through in like a minute.
Good services.
It's honestly good, and their food is delicious. But I don't know. I'm thinking the best meal is like Chick-fil-A waffle fries, McDonald's fries. No, I know, no, waffle fries, and then like Wendy's nuggets. Wendy's nuggets are good because they're actually chicken.
So
Uh,
question: whenever you eat like Wendy's nuggets or like a hamburger, not a hamburger, or like fries, Wendy's fries, do
yeah.
you dip it in your frosty?
I don't usually get a frosty. I mean, if I
Try
do,
it next
yeah.
time. Promise me.
Yeah. I actually have done that before. It's not bad. And at least you can get a frosty at Wendy's, unlike the McDonald's ice cream machine,
Point.
which it has been broken almost every time I've gone there.
Like we're comparing everything to McDonald's,
Yeah, I don't know.
and we're realizing that everything is better than McDonald's.
Everything is better than McDonald's, honestly. I mean, their fries are okay, They're
I
not
like
bad.
their fries, like, but I don't think it's worth the wait, because then
Oh
the
yeah,
fries come out inconsistent, too crunchy, too soft,
yeah. And I feel
too
like
much
it's
salt.
just it's so expensive now too.
Yeah, definitely, because more people are coming in.
Like I don't know. I mean, Burger King definitely has good burgers. I won't deny that. They're like delicious, but like
I like the chicken fries, even though it's like a kid's
oh,
only
those
like
chicken
4 of
fries
them.
are really good. Are you okay, dude?
No, not at all. I'm
Not,
never okay.
that's not good.
Yeah,
But
that didn't sound okay.
that you got the COVID. Like, are you okay?
You might need to stay. You may need to stay 6 feet away from this group chat.
Yeah.
No, I've been dying for the
I
past
find it funny
years.
that my roommate, his girlfriend, and Rampa, and like a whole bunch of people are sick. I'm good. I mean, like I'm not
Okay,
even.
look, I've been dying for the past 7 years. I don't think it's COVID.
I mean, I've been I've had a lot of liquor the
No,
last
it's
couple
called
of
a
days
tick.
because I'm in
So
college.
I'm
But like,
dying.
I was like, dude, like everyone's sick right now. I'm like, I'm good.
I'm always sick. It's just that now that school started, I'm running out of breath a lot easier. So I've been coughing a lot more. I get
That
gym.
you should get that checked out. Honestly, that
I've
doesn't.
already had it checked out. It's called a tick, and allergies and breathing problems make it very, very hard
That is
because it makes it where I need to start breathing more, but because there's stuff in my throat, it makes
and
it
you're
where I have to then cough more because
and I'm assuming you're
yeah,
wearing a mask at the same time too. So that's not.
yeah. So and then when I have gym and after a mask running around, and the worst thing is because of academics is because I'm at a tech school, so I work at a shop and also have
Oh
academics.
yeah.
I have to go up a series of like 6 flight of stairs and then another like flight of stairs just to get to one class. And I have to keep going up and down it over and over again in only 2 minutes.
I'm surprised if you like have like genuine like problems breathing. I'm surprised they don't like accommodate you for that. Like,
Well, there's an elevator, but that's only used for people that actually need it, like crutches or have
yeah, I mean,
wheelchair and
Well,
stuff.
you
mean,
should
Because
like
usually,
they have
monitor
a
it.
weight limit and people keep using it when they're not supposed to. So they're really trying to strict on that.
but
I
I mean,
think
like
people
it
taking
genuinely
it.
sounds like you have like breathing problems, and you.
Well, they thought it was asthma, but multiple doctors have said it isn't. It's just probably because of I'm probably unfit as well. So my body isn't used to it
Yeah, yeah.
because
I mean,
I
I've
can't
been
go to
like,
gym yet. So and
yeah.
I've gained a lot of weight even though I barely eat. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm the opposite.
Right?
I actually, I literally have the exact opposite problem. Like, I cannot gain weight. It sucks. I'm gonna be honest, dude.
I
I'm,
only really eat
I
mac
am,
and cheese,
dude.
sometimes ice cream.
I am like 18. I'm like 5'7". I'm like 115 pounds, bro. Like
5'7"?
max.
I was more
5'8".
heavier than my own
No,
parents.
no, like 5'8", 5'9".
I was
Like
more
I'm like,
heavier than my
Good.
mom.
I
like
was
my
not about to
BMI
go
is like 19. It's not supposed to be like 19.
Like
It's not
when
good.
I had to do the pacer test, I would always like after just a little bit, my belly started hurting. That I feel like I'd get sick. Like I never do.
Well,
But
that's
it's my
because
it's getting a
you're
pain.
not in shape. Like you get that like sharp stabbing pain in your
Yeah,
left side. Yeah, that's just because you're unfit.
yeah.
It's like,
Oh, did you know when you get that like that taste of blood in your mouth and you run a lot?
Oh no,
That like that
because of
iron
my coughing.
that
Because of my
coppery iron
coughing.
taste.
No,
Yeah.
because of my coughing.
That's
it-
because capillaries in your lungs are like bursting. I mean, it's
So
not like deadly, but like it's just like it's a thing. So like there's actually blood in your lungs. That's why you taste copper like that.
sometimes when like you are panting a lot, like when your areas are like sweaty and it starts hurting a lot and stuff
Yep.
because of it getting raw. Because of my cough, it makes my throat very raw. So
Ooh.
that means because of that, every time I move my mouth and stuff, like the muscles start straining because it's super raw there because of my cough.
Oh.
But when I try to hold my cough, it just makes it worse. So
Oh, you get that?
I'm like coughing in the middle of class, and everyone's just
Like
like
COVID,
always
COVID.
looking at you. It's like,
Well, yeah.
oh, just
Staring
Yeah,
at
one more.
you
I
Just
haven't
one more.
like I
intensely.
haven't coughed in public in like a year.
Bro, I
Oh,
try really hard
I
not
was
to cough.
medicine, and I finally stopped coughing. And I'm like, oh, I don't
There,
need this
actually,
anymore.
that's not true. I was in Walmart like I don't know, like a few months back, and there were a whole bunch of people standing in front of shit I needed. You know what I did? I fake coughed, and they all ran away. And I went and got my shit, and I left. And I was like, yeah,
The power.
I still forgot my sheep
the
farm.
power of being like, yo, I totally, like I
So
just
the-
like fake coughed, and they all ran away, and I was like, oh, cool.
I got
So
my
I'm gonna sound very mean for this, but there's this like unvaccinated kid at my school, and whenever I cough near him, he like
Oh no.
really, he just really takes off running, and I sound
Yeah,
really mean for him. but
that's a sign you should get vaccinated. I mean, I'm unvaccinated mostly because I was gonna get it, but then my mom was like, "Oh, you don't need it." I'm like, "Okay." And then
Okay.
I've had to take 5 COVID tests in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I'm getting the goddamn vaccine so I don't have to get COVID tests.
Okay, I don't even need to take
regular
COVID
COVID tests, but I just don't want the
most of the
vaccine.
time.
Just
Oh no,
not
I don't
take
really
one.
care honestly.
I don't
don't
even
know.
know how the COVID tests work.
I
'Cause
mean,
I've never had to take one.
really?
No,
Where
it
do you
just
live?
tastes like I think it just tastes like mucus or saliva, and they just
Yeah,
test
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, they
really,
shove it, like, really
need
far
to
down your
test
throat.
it.
Ranger,
I'm
where do
coughing
you where do you live that you haven't had to do a COVID test? What? That makes absolutely no sense.
My
You
school
won't either.
doesn't. My school doesn't force it.
Mine does, but I
I'm pretty
just
As
never
long as you're
avoided it.
vaccinated, usually they
Yeah.
don't enforce
Actually,
it. But
the only
they
thing
don't,
I can
a
count
lot
as
of
a
schools
COVID
will
test.
only make you get a COVID test if you
Yeah,
pass
yeah,
the
that's
only
COVID
thing
exactly
I-
what's
So
happening to me.
you're-
Like I'm not yet. Like I'm gonna get
Only thing-
vaccinated, but like
Well, the only thing that I can count as a COVID test is just checking my temperature. There's only twice, and that's when I went to the doctor's.
that's
Well,
not that's not a COVID test.
Oh,
at least
I
for
never
me,
actually
when you're
once they're done,
exposed,
it's
no
check my
matter what, you
temperature.
have to get a
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
test.
that's with me. Like I'm
And
in college.
there's if you're exposed, 2 days off no matter what.
Yeah, like I'm in college.
So,
I'm
They're
never
like,
COVID
exposed
test.
though.
they're
I've
like,
never
if
been
you
near
feel
anyone.
ill at all, don't come to class. Like they're fine with it. Like
I've
that.
only been near one person. I've only been near a person once, but that wasn't me. It was my parents, and they took the test, and they were negative, so they just never took mine because, since they were negative, they weren't really near me either.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
they
the
weren't
only
near.
time I had COVID was when it first started back in like I don't know March of 2020, and I was like dying. But that was when people were like, "Don't go to the hospital," like they'll
Like
turn you away.
I just
Like they
die
were turning
normally,
me.
so
So I
you
like
never know if I have covered or not. 'Cause I'm just always dying.
I was just like dying in my bed for like 3 weeks because like hospitals were like, "No, no, don't come," and I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, I was like.
Dying, help me.
I was like, yeah, for 3 weeks. I was
Please.
like, I was bedridden for like 3 weeks, and then I didn't recover for like another month. I was like, I lost a lot of weight. I was like,
Yeah, so all my parents and my brother all got sick at the beginning of COVID,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't. Like they all got like cough.
Oh yeah,
and
that happened to me.
fever
I
or
was the only one who
whatever.
got sick, and then later on when the school year started again, me and my sister got sick because we went back to school, and then like I haven't been sick. I haven't felt ill pretty much
Okay.
since.
Wait, okay. If you guys find a town that has this like little like store that's called the Weekly Cauldron, let me know because there's this town that I had, which was District 8, that has that. And since that's not on my outpost list anymore, I actually have to re-find it. And that took weeks for me to find it because it's near the border. But somehow I keep missing it because of how far it is.
So you just like go around the border of the map and like look
Yeah.
around.
Oh,
Dude, this
That's what I did.
okay,
Took
Rangerfudd,
so
if
long
you
to get
really
around
want to
here.
find it again, it is in a spruce forest.
Yes.
I do know that.
Yeah.
So you could technically RTP there. Just a sec, I'm gonna check something.
Imagine somebody tried to make a town in the resource world. That'd be hilarious.
I once built in the resource
That's
world.
an F.
People have already done that multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I built like a base in the
Like, people,
resource world.
yeah, people build so many bases, and because of it's in resource, the mods say it's not technically stealing because they know it's going to get deleted. It's going to get deleted when it resets. So
Store
you
anything there.
take
I mean,
anything.
I mean, I would I would put
They
a
basically
base
say if you
intersection
put something in
down,
there,
but, like,
if you put something in there, anyone can take it because if it's in the resource, it's going to get deleted. So they can't
Ooh.
really.
I
You
know what
can't 30 days for it to be abandoned because it's going to get deleted within 30 days.
I mean, oh,
literally-
that's a profitable job, bro. I know what I'm doing now.
Going around the resource world and just stealing crap.
Yeah, well, appropriating it. You know, it's not stealing if it's
On
legally
world.
not. It's
I'm just borrowing it.
it's not
Oh,
stealing.
okay,
If
no.
it's
They'll
legal.
get back. They'll get back after they die.
It's they'll get it back after they get permabanned. All right.
No, I'm just borrowing it. I'll give it back in 100 years.
No. It's not stealing if it's legally not stealing. That's the important thing.
Not stealing if you get caught either. If you
It's
don't
not
get caught.
stealing if you steal their heart.
It's not stealing if the admin doesn't care.
It's not stealing. No one ever knows about it though.
So
It's
you know
not
how like if people go into cardiac arrest, like they're classified usually as dead, even though if you can't bring them back to life.
Yes. Maybe? Really?
What happens
I
if you steal someone while they're in cardiac arrest? Does that mean you stole from a dead person?
I still think that's actually that's actually a crime. I think still.
No, actually,
Oh, yeah.
someone used that
That'd be-
when they
that
had a
would be-
life sentence.
No,
No, they had
no.
a life sentence. They had a cardiac arrest. They purposely made it where they'll die and get resuscitated. So they technically lived their life sentence
No. That's
because
not
they
how it
died
works.
and came back.
That's still
No,
not.
someone
Well, life
actually did do
sentences-
that. It was so creative. It got
Yeah, but
banned afterwards,
they went to
but it did work.
Well, no,
No,
'cause
They still wouldn't get
no,
off
it's-
though. A
it-
life sentence is a time thing,
because the
not
thing
a.
is, a life sentence it's more time. It's just no one can live that long because
It's like it's 99 years, I think.
120 years or something.
Oh, I
So
thought
they
it was.
just essentially say
Yeah.
it's kind of like a message thing. Not
It's
weird.
like it's more like it's not like a. Yeah, it's like if you did that, you would still be in prison, like because of
Well,
the time.
Normally in courts, they either say it's a life sentence or they actually say how many years it is. If it's
Exactly,
like
like-
127, but when you say it's a life sentence but don't give years, technically that's just
No.
when your
That's
life
like
is.
if they were to come back to life, I'm pretty sure they would still be like legally responsible. You know.
But no, that's new. But you just came back to life. But
Sure,
Yeah,
it
you're
depends on
still the same
crime.
person though, bro.
Like if you murdered someone.
are you though? Are you the
I'm
same
sure.
person, or is it voices in your head now?
I'm sure if you're like mentally unstable and you murdered multiple people in a homicide, like I'm sure they're not gonna let you out because.
Oh no,
you did it
bro.
Oh
to-
You're
no,
still.
no,
No,
no.
you're still going to the
those-
American prison system because we don't have any other place for them. But you know,
200 years ago.
Well,
It-
usually
uh,
for that,
ADHD,
homie,
you
that
go
was
to a mental
100
hospital.
years
mass
ago.
they
murderers.
almost like-
Everyone
That was
talking at
not
once.
now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, bro, like it's
I mean,
just
100 years ago, like a mass murderer would no matter what get hanged, like, even if they
Yeah.
are mentally
No,
unstable.
like 200 years ago, if you had ADHD, you'll be put with a mass murderer.
yeah. Actually, no. If you had
Oh, yeah.
ADHD, dude, they wouldn't know if you had fucking ADHD, bro.
That's the
That was
thing.
not.
They
That
wouldn't
wasn't.
know. No, they don't just think you're
Oh,
insane
That, homie,
because
you
they
would.
don't know what it is. They couldn't diagnose it So they
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
It wasn't a
So
fucking
they're
thing
gonna
back
put
then,
you with
bro.
them.
They didn't consider that a disease. Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not to swear, but like that wasn't a thing back then. That was like just being like active. Honestly, that was.
Most of the time, if you
Um,
had autism, mostly.
oh
you
yeah,
would.
yeah. That's way more noticeable than ADHD. Not to be like offensive or anything, but like most kids with
Well, if
ADHD,
you're
like
doing random things and stuff, they could certain years they could probably think you're a witch and probably would burn you to the stakes just because of you not paying attention.
no, that's no. You just be like, that's a little far, honestly. Like considering how many
ADHD is, like,
people have
really
it now.
interesting. It's like
We actually went over this in one of my English classes. Actually, we went over like the eugenics thing, where like you do that exact thing, and like they were like, yeah, they would like if you had like major problems, they would know, but if you had like ADHD, like they don't, they're like
I like history, so I like learning this stuff.
like you're not like they had a way more active. There wasn't even like honestly, child education 200 years ago was like not really a thing.
There was no education, really.
Yeah, it's like you're not sitting in a
Schools,
classroom environment like a kid. You're out like doing shit.
There wasn't like schools, and what there was just basically very crunched up.
Like I find myself
stuff,
way
small.
more like
Okay, have you heard about
non-ADHD
the
when I'm
Gilded
doing.
Age yet? Has your history teacher that talked about the Gilded Age?
What the hell are you even talking about? Dude, I'm in
Wait, were
college.
you-
Like I'm pretty sure I've learned all this crap, but I honestly do not remember. I don't know what the hell you're talking
Do you
about.
remember what gilded it means?
Yes, like you. What time period? Just explain the time period. Like what
Well, no,
year?
do you remember what gilded is?
Yeah, you're like adorning something with ornaments and stuff like that, like gold or like.
No, that's no.
Yes. Let me Google gilded really.
There's
Wait,
probably
what's
multiple
gilded?
meanings.
Because
There's always multiple meanings.
it's when
from
it's like,
ADHD to gilded, bro.
basically it's like out on the
Bro, you have
outside.
ADHD like me. This is like exactly a thing we would do.
Like on the outside, it's
I
basically
do.
like
I do.
flakes
I
of
genuinely
gold.
have ADHD.
Me too. I take meds for it. Like it's just
like-
like
Yeah, me too.
Basically like flaked with gold on the outside.
that is
But
exactly
the
what I
inside
said,
is normal.
bro.
It's like it's just a thin layer of gold like that, basically.
Didn't I
So
say
the
that?
Gilded Age was on the outside it was shiny with new inventions.
Oh,
advanced-
you mean the Industrial Revolution?
yeah, but it was right after that when there's all these advancements, but it was rotten in the inside because there's so much death, no workers' rights, no one had protection, and if you lost your arm, it was your fault.
So like the early 1900s to 1930s ish.
No, like the 1860s to the 1900s.
I was close.
Yeah.
I would say the
Long,
Industrial
30
Revolution.
years. Go back 30 years from that.
Well, I mean, okay, but I mean, like, I'm gonna be real here. Like, the ADHD would have been like, "Oh, you're just being kids." Like, let's be real here, dude. Like, they were not in like a class setting like we were now on it most of the time. That's when you're diagnosed with ADHD. Like, as used typically as a kid. Like, you'd be out doing like farm work or like factory work. So you'd just be like, doing your own thing. I mean, I excel in physical tasks. My ADHD
Yeah,
is
I'm
like,
just doing my
bro,
own thing, burning down buildings. Don't worry.
it's just like, yo, we're doing like physical things. Oh, we're not sitting down. That's kind of how my ADHD is, bro. That's basically what it is.
For me, I can't focus on things if I don't like it. Like reading.
Oh yeah,
I have
that's
to-
exactly
me
how
too.
I work.
I get distracted very easily unless
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a game. Then I mostly play that. But
And
then if
then
I'm not playing the game, I will forget about it.
And I take my meds, and I'm just like an absolute like my intelligence skyrockets. Like I'm just like, bro.
I just hate reading. One of the worst things.
That's what I
really
hear.
fast and I'm so much
Actually,
hyper.
that helps me focus. I find.
I like
reading-
math and history.
Really, that's
Mostly history, though.
I struggle sometimes specifically with algebra because like I don't know, my brain's incredibly good at doing like the basic math like
But it is basic.
multiplication, like algebra. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking like
To me-
multiplication and
To me,
division and
it's
stuff.
super easy.
I just
Yeah,
think
but-
really fast. Like I don't
Collinear,
think about my
or
decisions. Like I'll just say
non
something that I
collinear.
don't mean to
The
say.
best way to describe it is you're having like 100 thoughts at once, but only like 9 of them are on the task you're thinking about.
Yeah,
It's like
actually,
having 100
like
thoughts at
I
once.
would be like,
2 of
oh,
them
I gotta
being
bring
on
this
the
up to the
task you're thinking
therapist,
about,
and then right
and
before I
one of
do,
them
I start
being
thinking about what I
different
want to
mistakes
do at
or
home
something
or
like
do
that.
on the game or just like with the lore, and then I forget everything was gonna talk about. So when I get there, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. What was I supposed to talk about? It's like I'd be so confused on what I was supposed to talk about because I was just thinking in my head the whole time.
Multiple times pissed off my teachers because I said random things like books.
Oh, dude, I actually use reading to like focus myself a lot of the times. Like I read a lot, like too much, bro. Like they say reading extends your lifespan. Like I'm gonna live forever, homie. I'm not gonna lie.
If
So
you
like,
listen to my
I
dad
instantly, because
about
I cannot
history,
read.
you would be stuck for hours listening to stories about in history. So my dad loves history and knows a lot about history. Since he lived through it, you
I
know.
struggle a lot with reading, and it's really rough.
yeah.
With
I mean, I like when I read, I hyper focus. You know, the time slice.
Who is
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Who is the Austrian painter who got rejected?
We're not gonna go there.
No,
don't know.
what's his
We're
nickname?
not going there. We're not going there.
Okay.
No, I know where this is going. We're not going there. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we're not going there.
But why can we make fun of mustaches though?
We're not going there. Not in this chat, bro. We're not doing that. I'm not having an admin come in here and we're talking about that.
I'm so confused.
You didn't.
Don't worry.
You
Don't
don't
worry.
need. Let's just say, the Austrian painter. If you just think a little deeper, mustache.
Oh, that man,
Yeah, that man. That's why I cut him off.
the madman, the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to talk about him. But if you
Okay.
actually research it, there's a reason why his mustache is like that.
Gas mask.
Yeah.
All right,
It's actually really cool to know about.
bro. That's
'Cause-
an absolute ADHD thing to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We went from something civil to something that is. Never mind.
No, I shut it
Was
down
that
before it
ever
happened. I pulled an
was that
admin
ever-
and I was just like, no, we're not talking about this.
Not anymore.
All right. Ugh, people in my fucking dorms. Can you guys like not party for one night? It's a Tuesday. Ah, I could smell the fucking weed. I'm
It's
pretty sure.
Tuesday? How is it? How are they not partying so much right now?
It's a Tuesday.
It's the
Yes.
21st night of September. Come on.
People party every day.
Yes, I'm in
Oh, it
college,
actually
bro.
is.
Every day. I'm pretty sure I've been.
Specifically because there's a song about this. That's the only reason there is to party today.
Dude, oh my god. Let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I've just been like secondhand high the entire time I've been here because it just
The only reason, the
permanently
only
smells like
decided
button
to
or garlic.
party, it's because it's the 21st day of September of the 21st century, and just an hour ago, it was the 21st hour, and where I am.
Stop. No, my brain hurt.
And it was the 21st year.
I wonder what's gonna happen in, like 3025.
We're not gonna be alive.
I
I'm
know,
holding
but
out
like,
for.
I wonder, like,
Yes.
what would it be like? Like, would Earth just be an atomic barren
Well,
wasteland? Like in
Well,
Fallout?
that
Oh,
depends
yes,
on how we
yes.
go. Well,
No,
humanity.
either way.
It goes two ways. Humanity will either be like a super giga chad space level, or like we'll just be dead. That's just how it's gonna roll
No,
out.
Yeah, exactly.
there'll be no Earth because if we do make a bunch of more nuclear bombs, if one nuclear bomb blows up near another one, it's gonna cause the chemicals inside to
That's-
react.
Fuck you
It's
talking
gonna
about, kids?
cause
That
No,
makes
that's not how it
absolutely no
works.
sense. That's not how they work.
It's
They
it has to
designed.
be activated manually. You
Yeah,
can't-
and
they
you realize
always
How does the
click-
chemicals just activate like that?
there's no chemicals. It's just
Well, it's
uranium, my
fission.
boy. You don't
It's nuclear
understand how they
fission.
work. Besides, there's
Wait,
not an.
How
Hopefully
far
you
is
guys
the
don't
atomic
either.
bomb now? Because
I
the
found
last time I remember, it was still atomics, and then
Do
the
you know what-
hydrogen.
Do you even know what
which
that
are
even
both
means?
chemicals. Because it's
Um,
the atom bomb and a hydrogen bomb. How more far we've gone? I haven't been paying attention to the recent.
About the
discoveries.
same. About the same, honestly. But like you
And
have
then,
no
no,
idea
well,
what
then
you're
there's
talking
the
about.
fat bomba.
Tsar Bomba.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just
but it's
hydrogen,
not
my
that
boy.
though, because
Oh.
it's the fact that if one country nukes another, then the world's over,
Pretty
and
much,
we
yeah.
don't want to nuke each other because if Russia nukes us, we're gonna nuke Russia. Then Russia's allies are gonna nuke us, and then our allies are gonna nuke
Yeah.
the
Ironically,
allies. And
pretty
like,
much
that's just
everyone who has nukes at this
wrong.
point, besides North Korea, has learned that, bro, you don't use those shit. You just kind of like flex with them, because like, that would be pretty bad if you just instantly destroy the world. Ironically, when
Okay.
everyone flexes that like, oh, we have like 56,000 nukes in the world, we're only gonna be able to launch like 90 of those. Like, Like,
Okay. Wait, you already know about this, I think. But everyone else, when was
Oh,
North
very
Korea created?
No idea.
After the Korean War.
40s, late 40s.
No, because Korean War was like after
no.
World War II.
Yeah, late 40s.
So it
Yeah,
No, early
I
50s.
thought it was like 50s.
Early 50s,
No.
like 52, 54.
No, during World War II, if I'm correct, because
Oh, I was close. I said 40s.
because it was only made by the grandfather of
To
King
fight the
Jong-un.
Chinese. Wait, no, to fight the Japanese? I think the Japanese.
What?
I think it was to fight the Japanese who were invading Korea at the time.
I
Trying to
don't
invade.
think so. Maybe I think so because that's when the communists was mostly spreading as well.
Bro, you do realize it was. I'm pretty sure it was them because they were being invaded by Japan to invade China.
Well, yeah, but they also had to invade South at that point.
It's a humbling thing to think about, in my opinion.
But it
like-
was mostly settled by the point when North and South start.
Yeah.
Remember, Korea. People still think Korea.
Greg, the all
From
powerful,
Greg.
help! Ranger is here. He is ranting about the communism. Help us, please.
We're talking about bombs.
We're talking about specifically North Korea right now.
I don't know if it's good or
Awesome,
bad, but I know
okay.
how to make
So
help.
C4.
catch me up.
Help. We started
Okay.
off talking about ADHD,
Back,
and then it like
back to
spiraled
nuclear
from there.
missiles. Okay, back to
Oh,
nuclear
yeah,
missiles.
now I
Evan
was
chat,
trying
you
to talk
already know
about how
about this.
humbling of an
Because I've said this
experience it would be
multiple
just to
times.
think about
But
like
since
nuke
because
go off.
certain history we cannot talk about, so I have to repeat certain things. So I've already talked with Evan chat about this multiple times. So you don't need to worry about this. But who started the Cuban Missile Crisis?
I'd say America.
Those goddamn commies.
Probably a very bad person.
Actually, no. Actually, no. I guess America.
Yeah, it was America, but like those goddamn
America
commies,
was the one that started it.
America
Legally,
has
we have to
started
say the
numerous
communists.
Okay, Evan chat already knows
problems.
this as well. What country did we put missiles in?
Turkey.
Iraq. No, that's dropped.
Communism. That's what you joined to. Please help.
I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Yay!
No, don't leave.
I'm out here.
Nuclear
See you
bomb.
later, Ranger.
Are you simping for Vapor?
What? Who? Who?
I think Yahog is simping for Vapor.
Yahog,
I
bro.
am not simping for Vapor. The
I
only
feel
one
betrayed,
simp for is
Yahog.
Vimeo.
No, don't leave.
I feel betrayed.
I'm the
I
most
sent the
hated on
one and only
server,
one.
Cowboys.
Wait, what about a Vimeo? Are you cheating on a Vimeo?
I
Oh my
said
God, you're-
sent the one and only one. Who do you think that one is?
I don't know because
Panda-
Reaper
oh,
just
Panda-
said he thought he was the one for you. So now
No.
I'm a little confused. I mean, what if you're simping for 2 other people?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Doubt that.
I mean, I won't judge, but like,
I'm probably the most hated on the server. Definitely by the
I-
admins. The admins hate me.
I don't hate you.
I've gotten
I mean, I
warned
don't
for
know
making
you,
a
but, like, I don't
landmine,
hate
so
you.
you're just like, you're just vibing, I'm just like,
I kind of like everybody unless you're a twat, then I don't.
No. Don't worry. If you want to defeat Australia, just send emails.
no, I was thinking of, yeah, actually.
Oh, no, let me check if Llama's in the party real quick.
But
No,
like,
he's
do we
not.
want to give emus that much power? Like, honestly.
They one of
Straps-
2
we're gonna
wars
strap bombs
against
to emus.
Australia. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they only lost like 20,000 rounds of ammo and dignity, but I consider that an absolute
Why don't we
win.
make the war better for the emos and we'll emus and emos?
Well,
I
they
mean-
also lost so much food because of the emu.
Yeah, that's why
Still
they
lost.
started.
We'll just strap
Give a-
C4 to the emus.
Give
whenever
the
they die,
Australians a
just blow up.
couple of M1 Abrams tanks and let them go have some fun. There you go. Emu war
And now
solved.
still missed.
Guys,
And then
what do you
instead
do
they'll
when you
destroy
get
their
kicked out
own
of
stuff
school?
instead of the emus. And emus will still win.
What did you say?
They're bad.
Wait, what'd you say, Craig the All Powerful?
I said, what do you do when you get kicked out of school for a week? Because I'm kind of clueless.
Wait, what happened?
Did you seriously get
So-
suspended?
No, I didn't get
I socked a
suspended.
teacher in the face.
What?
No, this time I didn't talk back to a teacher. Okay, so
The teacher
What?
talked back to you.
no.
You said
Actually,
the comment wasn't
It's just not
I
fun.
made
I'm
my
just gonna mute. I'm
administrator
gonna
quit
mute
with how
Ranger.
much I talk back. So like,
Ah.
I don't think
Alright,
I'd
just
lose.
just
Anyway, so basically, I play Uno with this girl Shanice like every day at lunch,
No, I should probably
and
end the
she
stream.
failed to tell me that she had COVID.
Oh, so you're not suspended for like discipline action. You just like COVID, you know?
Oh, if you guys
Oh,
look
that
I
is.
got kicked out of
it's,
school for a week.
Did she get-
Nobody told
server
me
is
anything. I
a
So-
got
town
a
server.
text.
Did she get
Oh.
knowingly come to school with COVID?
I have
Like,
found a
I
very
literally
interesting
had
area.
no idea. Like, she didn't show
mean,
any signs
bring
or
it up.
anything.
I would
guys
say
would
like
I
if
was
she.
out of school
Guys are
Oh.
probably not
last Thursday. I was
But-
hanging out with her, and then
Uh,
the next day she
for
wasn't in
IPS
school. So I
played
just thought,
a county server.
Oh, maybe she like she had
I
something
just
to do.
thought like
Check out
maybe
the
she
server.
just wasn't feeling it or something. Like
ATS,
just
really
a
good
mental
server,
health day or
join.
something. Because she has like a lot of mental illnesses. So I just
Yeah.
thought
This is
maybe
the end
she's
of the
taking a
stream.
break. Maybe she's overwhelmed.
Bye.
And then Monday morning, I find out I'm getting